Fort William has done it again. Every year people are always talking about, oh, we need a new track, we need to make some big changes, but you cannot deny that Fort William always delivers some really exciting racing. The horrendous conditions through practice chewed up the track, and that made for some big time gaps and some really exciting racing. If you've not seen the race yet, please go follow the link in the description, watch the live feed, catch yourself up, and then come back and watch this video. In the junior women's category, Valley Hull's winning streak of 8 straight wins finally came to an end. Coming into the lower wood section on her race run, she had a crash, lost some time, and multiple times silver medalist Anna Newkirk was finally gifted her first win. Well deserved it was too. In the junior men's category, Thibaut Deprella continues his insane domination of the category with another fantastic win. But the surprise result was British junior Luke Mumford. He's a first-year junior and he turned up to his first ever World Cup and he almost beat Thibaut. Second place for him, very excited to see what he can do at future rounds this year. In the women's category, Emily Siegenthaler was the first person to provide a serious bit of drama during the racing. In the crucial wood section that we analysed in the Inside the Tape video, she took the most inside line, slipped on the slightly off-camber drop, landed a little bit squint with her front wheel in a hole, and the bike just stalled and threw her onto the ground. Really big crash, but she got up, seemed to be okay, and will be racing in Leogang. Nina Hoffman proved herself to be a serious contender in the women's category. She absolutely nailed that middle wood section, claiming the fastest sector there on her way to her best ever 3rd place. Very good result, and I'm sure she'll have plenty more. Tracy Hanna was riding so strong in Fort William. She absolutely decimated the other girls on that rough upper section of the track. It was a small mistake in the lower flat section that cost her the win. A small slip just after the wall ride caused her to lose balance, didn't do the next gap jump over the rocks, and then that was it. Momentum gone, 2 seconds in the bin. That lost her the race. Rachel Allerton showed excellent race tactics and track knowledge on her race run. She attacked the top section, she kept it smooth through the middle, she used a decent amount of speed tucking on the motorway, a real masterclass in smooth and efficient riding, and I'm sure she will be so glad to get that first win on the new bike. A solid win, and she made it look really easy. Greg Williamson was the first man to show the crowd how the motorway was done. He was absolute precision personified. He put his wheels exactly where they needed to be, he missed all the holes, he caught the backsides, he speed tucked where he needed to, he sprinted where he needed to, and he took nearly 2 seconds out of the current fastest man in the hot seat. It was really impressive. Remy Thirion's save was absolutely beautiful. He came round that first rocky crested turn, slightly overturned, put his front wheel into a nasty rock, which just crumpled him into his bike. In that situation, with your chest on the stem, you either have to introduce your face to the rocks or do the hardest bench press of your life. Therion, he pushed out his 1 rep max, settled back in, and then just cracked on. It was poetry. Charlie Harrison won the huck of the day on that final steep wall. He unweighted at the top, clipped a rock, and it just sent him to flat. That is 30 foot out and 30 foot down to a pretty flat landing, and he just took it like a boss. Aaron Gwin, holy crap, that was sudden. I went round to chat to the man to see if he knew what happened. Do you have any idea what happened?
I don't. No, it was a bit of a weird one, dude. Like, I was kind of, I was feeling really good. Like, I hit the first, we weren't that far into the track, 30 seconds maybe, but I hit those top couple of turns pretty much perfect, and I was like, dude, it's race time, let's get it done. And I was tucked across that bridge into the corner, and I'm always easy on the brakes on that bridge because it just started raining a couple minutes before my run a little bit, and those things can get a little slick. So I don't know, man. I was same line, same brake, same everything, I feel like, and all of a sudden I was just flying through the air. So I don't know. I had a rear flat when I got up, so I'm wondering if I wear earplugs when I ride here because of the wind and stuff. So I'm wondering if my tire was going flat and I just didn't hear it when it ripped or whatever. I just got a hole in the sidewall, and maybe I got on the brakes in the corner and the rear end like stepped out a little and like slid off the edge of the bridge because you kind of run the edge of that thing, but somehow I got sideways in the front end, hooked in a hole, and I just like got ejected. So I did the like sky ground, and then I hit the ground, and then I think I bounced again, and I was like, dude, we're just yard selling it down the track. Sweet.
I'm currently sourcing some close-up footage of that incident, so stay tuned to my own personal YouTube channel for a more in-depth analysis. Bulldog Brooke McDonald. Science is going to have to figure out what his legs are made of because they are insane. You could see him physically accelerating down that motorway when everyone else looked like they were just maintaining their speed. I made a mental note to check the split times, and yes, on that bottom split he was half a second faster than anyone else. Someone needs to strap a watt meter to his bike. I want to see the numbers. Vergier, after winning qualifying with, in his words, an okay run, was looking very good for the win in Fort William. His race run looked flawless with no obvious mistakes. He was very smooth, but he just didn't quite match the intensity of Pierron and Brosnan. His third place, however, will surely make up for the cartwheel he had in round one. Captain consistent Troy Brosnan on those inside lines was perfection. He channeled his countryman Sam Hill's signature move and just took the shortest route through those corners. Perfect balance, two-wheel drifting. It was absolutely amazing. Second place through that sector and second place on the day for Troy. He was only bested by one man, Amaury Pierron. He was so good on that top section. I remember watching the live feed and just smiling as he was railing those top turns. So fast, really aggressive and over the front, off the brakes through the turns. Through that middle woods, his line was so smooth with hardly any stalls. Really impressive. But the big thing was that final jump. That is what we spotted, but apparently Amaury did not. He said that he was coming into the finish looking at the board, looked down and suddenly he was on the takeoff while he was still pedaling. He wasn't able to absorb it properly. The back tire hit him in the backside and just pitched him into the most horrendous nosedive I have ever seen, and then not crash. I don't know how he didn't crash. Straight through the line, first place, most dramatic finish I've ever seen. If you've seen a more dramatic finish, let us know down in the comments, but that was amazing. Well, that is it for Fort William. Luckily, you don't have long to wait for more action. We are off to Leogang for the next round of the World Cup. Stay tuned for that and we'll see you then.